And one of the things that I remember to this very day, I learned leadership in the Air Force. I've been in other disciplines, whether it be for the ministry, whether it be in corrections, no matter where it be, but the premier leaders truly were in the military. And something that has been very important to me, the terminology big shot-itis. I have a problem with big shot-itis. Yeah, I understand you outrank me. You have earned those stripes, so to speak, and everything like that. But I learned that the highest level of leader didn't lord it over.
Right, right.
And they were very personable, and they cared about your family, and they cared about your career, not about what you're going to do for them. So it was the younger ranking people that had a tendency to have those superiority complexes without the superiority. So,
well, I think I'm glad to finally get an Air Force guy on here. We've had some other people from other services. You know, I was Air Force myself. I spent 4 years on active duty, and you know, one thing that I noted in the Air Force, I agree with what you're talking about leadership. And one thing that I noted, I wasn't in a staff position at headquarters, but I bumped into generals from time to time in the work that I did. And the thing that I usually came away with is that person is not a general by accident.
absolutely.
Right. I mean, they were true leaders. They weren't, as you say, you know, didn't have the big shot-itis. They cared about the people that were under them.
Right.
And they led so well and communicated so well. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, the people skills were so important, and obviously learning those things and taking note of those things was going to parlay its way into my life in ministry.
Exactly.
And I always remembered that. So,
well, I think it's important to note those skills, those leadership skills, are just as important on the spiritual side as they are on the, you know, the secular side. I'll say
absolutely.
You still need those leadership skills. It's undergirded by the truth of who Christ is and the Spirit of God working in you. But it doesn't mean that those skills are not useful.
That's right. And as a Christian, I believe everything's spiritual. Everything's going to be a testimony of my faith. We certainly know what the great commandment is, to love the Lord our God with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. And the second, liken unto it, love your neighbor as yourself. So everything is spiritual. Loving your neighbor has to do with how you treat people. And servant leadership is something that I saw. That wasn't something that was invented here the last 10 years in the business world.
Right.
That was clearly modeled in the life and times of Jesus Christ. And certainly with the meekness, the meekest man that ever lived, Moses. That was servant leadership.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we learned from that.